As we all know, the human body is about 75% water. Literally next to breathing air, your water consumption is going to be the biggest difference in your long-term health and vitality, right? You have different organs in the body which are going to have different percentages. You can see some of that here. The blood, 90% water, bone, 13%. The brain is almost 100% water, if you can imagine. So let me ask you this question. Do you think the quality of your drinking water affects your health? I'd say most people answer yes to that, because we know there's a big difference between drinking fluorinated tap water and pristine water coming out of a glacier in a national park. Obviously, there's two very different vitalities. Unfortunately, in today's world, very few of us live on the doorstep of a national park where we're getting some of the cleanest, pristine water in the world. Most of us are living in urban centers, and so we need to compensate. And this is where this technology can really come into our life, that we allow us to return this water to its natural vitality. Water quality is really based on 4 different factors: the purity, the electrical charge, the molecular size and structure, and the pH or the alkalinity of that. And so we're going to explain why our water is different. But let's just say most people are starting to feel uncomfortable with drinking tap water. In some places, really, it tastes so poor, people stopped drinking it years ago. So people have looked to purified water, reverse osmosis water, or water bought in stores. But the problem is they're devoid of most minerals, they're acidic, they're oxidized, and the chemicals are leaching out of those plastics, so people are drinking plastic. This is not a solution, this is part of the problem. So we come along and we say, what is so special about our water? Well, Kangen water, which is a Japanese word meaning return to origin, which is returning water to its natural pristine state for consumption, is actually a medical device, and it's been used in Japanese hospitals since 1975. So that's 46 years. So the information I'm going to show you tonight is not a new fly-by-night technology. This is something that has been 46 years proven, and it actually comes out of Japan, where the philosophical approach to medicine is prevention. I think this is one of the clues that I'm going to present to you tonight that is really worth kind of grabbing onto. In Japan, prevention is the key for the medical system, whereas in the United States, Canada, most of the developed world, the modern world, we really are intertwined with a pharmaceutical model which treats symptoms. Whereas in Japan, they're much more interested about keeping you healthy and vital. So this is the origins of this technology. Our water has 3 very important properties that you're not going to find in most other waters. Number 1, it's a massive antioxidant, and this is really due to the hydrogen-rich side of it. Number 2, it's alkalized, so it has alkalizing benefits to the human cells, which we'll talk about. And number 3, it is super hydrating, and this is referred to as electrically reduced water, ERW. That's the medical terminology. I'm going to deep dive into these 3 main properties, but just realize when you put these 3 together, you're really optimizing the internal environment in your body to not only heal, but to thrive long term. Number 1, antioxidants. The screen that you see in front of you is called an oxidation reduction potential, an ORP meter. And we have a fancy little meter that we can actually put into liquids to measure whether they're an antioxidant or a free radical. A free radical will cause damage, cause oxidation, cause rusting in your body, whereas an antioxidant does the exact opposite. It actually neutralizes this rusting effect. It's part of aging gracefully and keeping young. So we want to get as many antioxidants into our body as possible. When I was introduced to Enagic and Kangen Water, I had never considered water to be an antioxidant. I was familiar with vitamin C, green tea, goji berries, spirulina, all of these things that fill up my fridge that I use to really boost my antioxidant value. But I had never considered the water that I drink to be the most effective. When I got introduced to Enagic, everything changed. So on this meter, you can see that bottled water, reverse osmosis, distilled water is actually about a positive 200 to 300. Chlorinated water, like in Vancouver where I live, it's about positive 5, 6, and sometimes 700 because of the amount of chlorine. Sports energy drinks, sodas all fit into this positive 4 or 500. So if you're drinking these products, you're oxidizing or rusting and accelerating your aging process. Whereas what we want is to get to the negative side. We want to reduce the oxidation, which would be a negative score. We're all familiar with vitamin C, it's about a negative 50. Green tea, negative 80. Fresh fruits and vegetables, cod liver oil, you can get about a negative 200. But drinking fresh 9.5 Kangen water out of your system in your kitchen will give you anywhere from negative 400 all the way up to negative 800. What does negative 600 really mean for you? If you drink one of these, which is about a liter of water, and it's at negative 600, you're getting more antioxidants in 1 liter of water than you can possibly eat in organic, super amazing superfoods in 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. You're really loading up. Why? Because the body doesn't have to metabolize water. You drink it and it instantly absorbs into the body. So I can guarantee you, if you're not drinking ionized, alkaline, Kangen water, you're simply not maximizing the amount of antioxidants that you're getting into your body. Even if you've got great supplements, which I do, but I know the power of this water, the number one benefit is the amount of antioxidants. Give me a hashtag if you know exactly what I mean. If you're drinking Kangen water and you're falling in love with it, give me a hashtag antioxidants. Second main property of the water is the pH. Here's the ABCs of the acid-alkaline balance, right? On the acidic side, it goes all the way to 0, neutral is 7, alkaline is 14. So this is a pH scale. When you're on the acidic side, you're basically increasing the aging effect. Recovery is slow, you're going to age faster. If you're on the alkaline side, you've got more benefits, you're faster recovery. Babies come into the world completely alkaline. Senior citizens and our elderly are completely acidic and leaving the world. This is a clue, folks. Everybody knows that we're not dealing with people being too alkaline and too healthy in our world. We're dealing with people being too acidic and oxidized. So our blood, which is the main element, the main organ of here, is 7.365. So we're slightly alkaline creatures by nature. We have some alkaline organs, we have some acidic organs, but what really makes the difference is the blood. And what happens in our modern lifestyle, we create acidity in the food we eat, the lifestyles we eat, and the stress that we have, right? And so what this does, it starts to steal alkaline minerals outside of our body. Our body needs to neutralize this acidity that we're all experiencing, so it looks for minerals in our food and water. Well, unfortunately, we have way less minerals in both of those today. So the body starts to leach these minerals from our connective tissues, bones, and joints, and it starts to use up these bicarbonate buffers. The result of that is when you start to be in your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, your body starts to lose the mineral content. You start to age and become more frail in the body. We want to slow down and combat this acidity by offering the body more alkalinity. This is very unique in our system. Most people think you can create pH only one way, by increasing the mineral effect. That's not what we do here. We don't add anything to the water. What we do is we create more hydrogen in the water, which is naturally involved in the water. On the acidic side, you're going to have less hydrogen. On the alkaline side, you're going to have a hydrogen-rich water. The body then takes this hydrogen, neutralizes the stress or the acidity that we are created in life, and it starts to slow down and press down on this aging process. This is very, very important. The number one antioxidant in our water comes from negative ions and hydrogen. The hydrogen is naturally alkaline. So the byproduct of all the super antioxidants we have is the alkalinity. And most people get caught up in the alkaline side, which is important. But remember, the main product, the main benefit is the antioxidants. They happen to be alkaline. So we get both of those effects, leading into the third main benefit of our water, which is its ability to be super hydrating. Let's face it, we've all probably heard this either as going to our doctors or watching doctors on TV or just having conversations in the world that we all need to be drinking more water. Dehydration is the biggest enemy of the person trying to achieve optimal health. Restructured water is smaller, wetter, less surface tension, becoming super hydrating. This quote is by Dr. William Agar, who is a Nobel Prize winner for the aquaporin theories. He discovered how water actually penetrates cellularly into our body. And with that, the aquaporins, he understood really the key to super hydration. 75% of the world is dehydrated. Hydration is the number one thing that you can do to combat energy loss, aging, hormones, sleep, just feeling better. We all need to be drinking more water, but the problem is, it's not how much water you really drink, it's how much water you are absorbing. The key is to be absorbing that at a cellular level. So, I introduce you to electrically reduced water, which is called ERW water in medical terminology. So if you start to do some medical research, which you'll find inside of our guide section, you can actually not use Kangen Water, which is our trademark name. You would actually research electrically reduced water to find the medical studies. In general, normal regular water, H2O, has about 15 to 20 molecules. They have a higher osmotic pressure, which limits penetration and absorbability by the water. It tends to be positively charged. Whereas when we send these large water molecules through our water ionizer, through our technology, they become negatively charged. We break down the water molecules so that they're now 5 to 6 molecules, and we lower the osmotic pressure, allowing greater penetration and easier absorption by the body. The way I like to look at it is, imagine you have some softballs or baseballs, and you're throwing them up against a chain link fence. Very few of them are going to go through. We take those baseballs and we turn them into marbles. And we throw the marbles up against the chain link fence, and you have so many that will go all the way through. The exact same thing is happening at a cellular level. The water that you're drinking today, if it's tap water, filtered water, reverse osmosis, bottled water, is the baseball. It's not actually hydrating you at a cellular level. You may feel bloated as a result. You might be peeing a lot of the sodium and extra minerals out of your body because you're not getting hydrated, right? We reduce the size of the water molecule. We allow for greater penetration so that you can flush out the body and also absorb more nutrients as a result. What this does is it increases your usability and enhances all the other supplements and really health technologies that you may be using, right? If you're into EMF mats or crystal therapy or Reiki or whatever preventative alternative medicine that you might be inclined to, guess what? It all works better when you're hydrated. Even in the in the medical world, all of that stuff works better when your body is hydrated. So we definitely want to focus on these benefits. Proper hydration influences every biochemical and metabolic reaction in the body. A friend of mine likes to say, the solution to pollution is dilution. In our bodies, we are designed to get super hydrated. When we're hydrated, our lymphatic system works perfectly, right? And it allows our body to remove toxins. If you're not properly hydrated, your body starts to store these toxins in fat tissue. So you start to maybe see that you're gaining extra weight. This could be a sign that you're actually dehydrated. Once people start drinking Kangen water, it's very common that people will start to lose a few pounds, if not a lot of poundage, if they have that excess weight to come off. Not because they're on a diet, because they're getting hydrated. And the body does what it's naturally designed to do, which is get rid of toxins through the lymphatic system. So antioxidants helps reduce oxidative stress, and alkalinity neutralizes these acidic symptoms. This is crucially important as a benefit. Then we increase the brain, digestive, immune, nervous system, lymphatic system. All the functionality increases when you have more of these benefits from the antioxidants, the alkalinity, and the superhydration. This all leads to increased absorption, which leads to a decrease in inflammation, and it's a natural detox for the body. These are the main benefits of this technology. When I was first introduced to this all kind of made sense to me because I've been living my world being preventatively prone. I realized that an ounce of prevention will be worth a fortune in the future. Rather than waiting for something to happen, I'm much more on offense. And so the health problems that we see in today's world, metabolic acids, dehydration, oxidation, are causing aging, disease, and chronic pain. This is not new information. This is well studied and proven everywhere all over the internet. What we're trying to do is actually turn that condition to the exact opposite, which is an alkaline, hydrated, full of antioxidants, which actually creates the ideal environment inside your body to heal any imbalances or to optimize. This would be perfect for athletes that want to really get to the highest levels in their professional sports or amateur sports. My opinion, we're basically all amateur professional athletes, right? We're on this human existence and we want to optimize that performance. I tell you, next to the air that you breathe, the water that you're drinking is going to give you the best returns on that. That's why 10 years ago, after seeing this presentation, doing a little bit more due diligence and chatting to a few people, I decided to buy this medical device. This is approved as a medical device by the Japanese Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare, which is the equivalent to the FDA and Health Canada. It's the only water ionizer endorsed by the Japanese Association of Preventative Medicine for adult diseases, which has the backing of about 6,700 doctors. Just imagine that. Almost 7,000 doctors all agreeing on a technology that is going to keep people healthy and keep them out of visiting their doctor's offices. Wouldn't it be wonderful to live in a world where that was the key for all doctors, to really focus on prevention rather than treating symptoms when people start to have issues? This technology is currently used in over 400 Japanese hospitals and clinics, but it's gone global in the last 20 years. It also is approved as a medical device now in the Philippines, and it's going through certain recommendations in many other countries. When I bought this technology, I quickly realized what I was actually buying was a Kangen Water factory. Because with a push of the button, I can actually make 7 different types of water. Now, our most popular waters are the drinking waters. They range from 8.5, 9, and 9.5 Kangen Water. This is really all the benefits we've been talking about at this point. But you also have a natural beauty water, which is a 6.0. Your skin is naturally between 5.5 and 6.0, so we're slightly acidic. This natural toner is exactly what the cosmetic industry is bottling up, adding some fragrance into it, and selling it for a few dollars up to $50, $60, $70 a pop. You can make as much toner right here for pennies. There's also a clean water, which has no ionization happening, just neutral. And then we have 2 very special waters. Strong acidic water, 2.5. So this is a very low acidic water. This is actually known as a medical grade disinfectant called hypochlorous acid. This will kill 99% of known bacteria, germs, viruses, and bugs within about 60 seconds. So you can use this topically on your skin if you had sore throats, eye infections, great for treating psoriasis, eczema, acne, these types of things. But you can basically get rid of anything that's chemical or alcohol related and go with water as your main disinfectant. This is incredible, especially in the new world that we're finding ourselves living in. The other special water is the Kangen Water, strong Kangen Water 11.5. This is an amazing cleaning product. It has the ability to emulsify oil. Why that is such a big deal is then you can then soak your fruits and vegetables, removing the oil-based pesticides, herbicides, and fungicides, right? So when you get all those vegetables back from either the market, whether they're organic or not, there are residues on those fruits and vegetables. Here's our technology. It can strip all of that off, making the vegetables clean for you. I don't know about you, but when I first understood this, I thought it was amazing that I would now have a technology that I could go environmentally clean technology, get rid of all my chemical cleaners, even the more healthy ones. I'm just now using water with essential oils. That to me is why this technology is really a flagship product for the modern home. It's the ultimate healthcare product and an eco-friendly technology, and it's destined to be the next household appliance this decade. Thanks for watching. My name is Kreel Hutchinson. If you like this content, subscribe to the channel. Head over to my website, livinghydration.ca, and grab your free PDF, The Ultimate Drinking Water Review. Cheers.